Welcome, here I've got Motorola Moto G9 Plus and I'm gonna show you the top tricks of its camera. So at first we have to tap on a camera button here to open it, and for now we are in the standard photo mode, so let's see what we've got here. Let me start with this settings bar here. By tapping on these icons we can change the modes of this camera. Now I am in the video mode. At the center we have the standard photo mode. When we go to the left icon here we have access to other modes of this camera. We have the photo modes: portrait, cutout, macro, spot color, night vision, cinematograph, panoramic, ultra resolution and live filter, and also the video modes: macro, slow motion and the time lapse. So this is a lot. I'm not going to speak about all of these modes now because I don't have much time. I suggest you to making experiments with that and just have a good fun. Now let me show you one of my favorite, the spot color here. When we tap on this we get access to it, and this mode allows us to tap a selected color and keep it at the picture. The rest of this goes to black and white, so let me show you how it works. This is my object, and for example let me save the pink color. When I tap on this, the rest of the picture goes to black and white, and the pink stays. We have also this slider to adjust the intensity of this filter. As you can see, it's not perfect, but I think this is really cool. So I can take a picture, and now let's go here to the right corner at the bottom. By tapping on this icon we can go to the gallery, so this is quick access to it. This is our picture with the pink color. And let's go back to the camera. Let's change this mode to the standard photo mode, and let's see what we've got here. Let me start by tapping on the center like that anywhere at the screen here. As you can see we have access to this ring. This is the focusing, and this is connected with this slider, so we can focus anywhere we need, and by using this we can change the exposure compensation, so we can make our photo just more bright or dark as we need. This is how it works here. Now let's have a look at this button here. By tapping on this we can change the lenses of this camera, and by tapping just the one we get access to the standard or the ultra wide lens. So this is how it works here. This is really cool, and this is connected with the zoom, so let me show you how to zoom. We can do it by using two fingers like that. As you can see I can get closer to the subject. Here we have also change in these buttons, so it shows us how close we are, but when we tap on this we can easily go back to the standard lens, so this is really cool. Now let's go to this settings bar, and let me start from the left. The first one button is the HDR option. We can turn it on every time we take a picture. We can also turn it on the auto, so the camera recognizes when it's needed. We can turn it off here also, but I suggest you to keep this on the auto because the HDR helps to improve the details in the brightest and darkest areas of our picture, and it really helps to make our photos just more lightful and beautiful. Now let's go to the next one button. Here we have the flash. We can turn it off. As you can see we can turn it on every time we take a picture, and we can also turn on the auto flash, so the camera recognizes when it's too dark and when it's needed. For now let me keep this turned off, and let's move to the next one button. Here we have the camera timer. So we can change the delay of taking picture. We can pick from 3 or 10 seconds. For now let me pick 3 seconds to show you how it works, and let me take a photo. Here we have the countdown, and as you can see the picture was taken with 3 seconds of delay. So for now let me keep this turned off, and let's move to the next one button. Here is also one of my favorite options, the active photos. We can turn it on every time we take a picture. We can also turn it on the auto, so the camera recognizes when are good conditions to do that. For now let me keep this turned on, and let me try to show you how it works. So this is also my object. Let me take a picture, and now let's go here again to the gallery. So this is this photo. When we wait for a minute we should have a short clip at the same time, so this option allows us to have two in one, the photo and the short clip. As you can see, this is how it works. So by tapping on this I can stop this, and when we slide a little bit down we can see that it take many pictures at the same time, and we can pick also from this. So this is how it works. And let's go back to the camera. Let me keep this turned off now. And let's move to the next one button with A letter. When we tap on this, we can change the auto settings to the manual settings. So this is kind of pro mode here. I'm not going to explain you now how it works. I can invite you to my other film where I can do it. Just search for this. Now let me stay on the auto settings and let's go to the next one button. When we tap on this, we can open the advanced camera settings. As you can see, we have the rear camera, selfie camera settings, capture settings, auto intelligence settings, safe settings, so this is a lot here. So let me show you a few of them. Let me stay now on the rear camera. At the first position here we have the photo size. When we take a look on the selfie camera, here we have also the photo size. So this is how it works here, and this is connected. Let's tap on the photo size. Here we have the ratio connected with the resolution, so we can change the camera frame and the quality of the picture. For now it's 4:3 ratio connected with 16 megapixels. Quality, we can change it to lower one, 11 megapixels. This is how it works. When I change the ratio to 16:9, we can see in the camera preview here that something has changed, and the resolution is available here 12:1 or 8:3. And let me stay on this. Let's go back to the camera. Here we have also this change, so this is a little bit longer one ratio than 4:3, and this is how it looks like. When we go back to the settings and to the photo size, we can change also the ratio to 20:9. Here we have also some change. We can see it in the preview. The resolution to this ratio is 9:7, the recommended one, or 6:6 megapixels. This is how it works. And in the camera preview, we can see that this is the full screen ratio. So this is how it works. By going again to the settings, we can easily go back to the original 4:3. So this is how it looks like, to remind you. And the same thing happened in the selfie camera. By tapping on the photo size, we have also these ratios connected with the quality, but the difference is that this resolution here could be different, so could be lower or higher to every ratio, because this camera is a little bit different than the back camera. So this is how it works. Now let's slide to the capture settings. And let me focus on the tap anywhere to capture option. This is also a really cool thing. By using this button we can turn it on and turn it off like that. So let me keep this turned on. When we go back to the camera, we can see the quick tutorial, tap to capture, so next, and got it. And let me show you how it works. When we have this, we can take a picture anywhere at the screen with tap. So this is really cool. And now let's go again to this capture settings. Let's move to the shooter sound. Here we can manage the sounds of this camera. Also by using this button we can turn it off and turn it on like that. This is how it works. And let's have a look at the next one option, assistive grid. Here we can turn on and turn off the camera grid lines like that. So let me keep this turned on by using this button. Let's go back to the camera again. And here we have these lines. This is useful when we want to use the rule of thirds in photography and making experiments with composition. Also remember that these lines are not visible at the real picture. So when I take a photo and when I go here to the gallery again, we can't see them at the real picture. They are only to help us taking better photos. And of course, when we don't need this, we go back to this settings again, slide to the capture settings and tap on this. So for now, these lines are turned off. And now let's go to the next one option. I want to show you here the leveler. By using this button also we can turn it on and turn it off. So let me turn this on. Let's go back again to the camera. And here we have this line. This is this leveler. This is useful when we want to keep our photographic topic straight at the picture, and this is how it works. And of course, to turn this off, we go back to the settings in the right corner, slide again to the capture settings, tap on this. So for now, this is turned off. Now let's have a look at the camera watermark in the capture settings. By tapping on this, we can manage it. We can add here the timestamp watermark and the device watermark by using these buttons. As you can see, we can add just one of this or both at the same time. We have also quick preview, so we can see closer the device watermark shot on Moto G9 Plus, and with the device watermark we have also connected the signature, so here we can add our own watermark, the custom one, for example HardReset. And okay, as you can see in the second line here it appears, so this is how it works, but remember that we can't add the signature without the device watermark, so this is really connected. And now let me keep this turned on. Let's go back to the camera to take another picture. And again to the gallery here to the right corner at the bottom. So this is our photo, the watermarks are here at the bottom. From the left we have shot on Moto G9 Plus watermark, so the device watermark, and HardReset, the custom one, and from the right we have the timestamp. Of course, when we don't need this, to turn this off, we go back to the settings in the right corner, slide again to the capture settings, tap on the watermark and at this button. So for now this is turned off, so when we take another picture we can see the watermark set. Now let's slide in the settings to the save settings and let me focus on the save location option. This option allows us to save the location of our picture where we take it. So by using this button we can turn this off and on like that. And also here the important information is that to make it work correctly when we want to save the actual location of our picture, we have to be connected with the internet, for example the Wi-Fi, and we have to turn on the location of this device. So remember about these two parameters to make it work. Now let me keep turned on all of these settings and let's go back to the camera to take another picture. And again to the gallery here. So this is our photo. To check its location we have to just simply slide a little bit down, and here we have more details and the location with the map. So greetings from Kraków, Poland. This is how it works, and that's all. Thanks for watching, subscribe my channel and leave the thumbs up.